Hi everyone, and welcome to today's training video. Firstly, we'd like to thank everyone that provided feedback on our new user interface. We have taken your feedback very seriously and hope that you'll find the new design a lot easier to navigate, and I'm sure you'll notice a few of your suggestions along the way. All right, so today I'm going to walk you through the basic changes that we've made. Please note after this video, if you do have any questions or queries, please feel free to contact us. The new system will switch to live at 12 p.m. Wednesday the 20th of February, and that's Brisbane, Australia time. So at the moment in Didgigo, with the changes that we've made, we'll go through a few of those. The first one we've done is actually add in the title of your booking at the top. This is quite a helpful tool and it will remain there throughout all of your tabs. And the reason we've done that is we understand that you can get distracted between other bookings, other systems, you know, if the phone rings and things like that and you're distracted, it's quite difficult to remember which booking you're inside of. So to save you having to go back to the details tab to review your details, they will now always sit up the top here. We have also made some changes inside of the date system. So you'll notice in the quick edit when you drop those down, if you were to click into the date box, you'll notice now that the time will always default to 0. This saves you, previously what it used to do was actually default the current time. You'll notice it's still defaulting to the current date. However, that will change by the time this goes live tomorrow. It will just be blank. With the time, however, you now need to manually enter that time if you need a time. But if you only need a date and no time applicable, it does save you having to change that. So one little change there as well. Also inside of the quick edit, we've also added in the entry description. So you now have the option to come in here and view your full description. Okay. What you're usually accustomed to when you go to the full edit entry screen is viewing this. Okay, this is the general screen that you've now been viewing. So you'll notice you would have had a couple of drop-down menus here, such as more details and details. The changes we've actually made. So now inside of your booking, once you click your edit full entry guide, so we'll give you an example here of a hotel. That's another quick change you've probably noticed in regards to the edit guide is you now have two options. You can either click on the green button and remain in the same tab in which you're in, and then simply click back to proposal. Or you now have the option to right click and open into a new tab, meaning your edit entry is now in a new tab. So two options there. Once inside your edit entry, you'll now notice that it's a lot easier. Everything you need is all on one screen and the layout is a lot more pleasing on the eye. So if we do a quick comparison to what you're looking at now, having more details down the bottom, this will in sight be the first thing that you now notice. Phase 3 of our design rollout, we'll start seeing a little bit more colour and design to these features. But for now, this is working very well functionally based on all of your feedback. Everything should be self-explanatory in these sections and it should be what you're used to. So for a accommodation entry, you've got your product, room type, start and finish date. Please note that the start and finish dates usually affect what you see here. It will affect your entry sorting. Your check-in and check-out dates usually mirror the start and finish dates, but can be different should you choose. Your pick-up remarks, drop-off remarks. Entry title. This is usually what we opt to show on your PDF documentation if you've chosen to have this as a title. If not, this is where you'll generally notice supplier details. It's either a tour name, supplier name, you've got your room type here for accommodation, etc. Okay, depending on which company you belong to, you may have already not opted to use this as the title. So this is just a second option. In most cases, you'll have your entry description here or in the general notes field, one of the two. And you'll notice details from your API connection will pull through into cancellation policy, inclusions, exclusions, etc. If you're one of our clients that build your proposals from the ground up, you'll now notice that these fields are a little bit more descriptive for you. This section you probably won't use too much. Your entry, class and confirmation, these details usually pull through. If you'd like to add them, you're more than welcome to. The second section that we have to your edit entries is costs and notes. This is where we find all of your custom notes that we pull through and any costs related to your booking or to this particular entry. Please note this tab is not used very often. It's usually used for data that is pulling through if we need to edit it. So that's why we've created a secondary tab as there was no need for it to be. I'll take you back to the one you're looking at now. This is where you would have found it previously. You would have also noticed a few off things such as pick up, drop off down here and then again up in this section. So just to rehash, guys, you'll now notice a lot cleaner format and everything should be pretty self-explanatory there. Now, as each entry is slightly different, that was an accommodation entry. We'll duck in now and have a look at a tour. Again, you'll notice your start and finish date. Remember, those are the dates that show you, what's the best way to explain it? It shows you the order of your data sequence. Okay. And then pick up and depart might be an alternate date. So you do have the option here to enter alternate dates. Okay, you'll then notice you've got your entry descriptions pulling through, etc. So pretty self-explanatory on how this is working, guys. Remember, all fields inside of Didgigo are editable. So if you see something on your documentation that you don't like, you are more than welcome to come in here and manually edit these entries. Again, costs and notes will reflect the same. A transport entry will be slightly different. So the title that you see up the top here is usually the title we use on your documentation. You've got transport type. You've got a selection here, whether it's a private transfer, shared transfer, flight, etc. Again, your entry start and finish date to show your sequence order. Your pickup and drop off date, those might be different. It could be your flight times, times that your client is collected from a specific destination. And then you've got your pickup and drop off remarks here as well. So again, you'll see title here. Again, like as mentioned earlier, you do have the two options as to which title we use. This would have been previously explained and set up for you. So you will notice most details that populate into this section could be supplier details, flight details, etc. And everything else in here is pretty self-explanatory. You'll also notice these little blue boxes that we've put on here for you. This is a quick edit. Sometimes you'll notice, especially in our tours, that the descriptions can be quite lengthy. You've always got two options. You can extend that bar, but as you'll notice, it doesn't look very pretty. You can push it down if you want, or you can use the scroll bar. Alternatively, what you can do is actually click on that little blue button and open up the guide here. So this is where you'll be able to then edit things as need be, or actually fully read all of the text you've got in here. Okay. Coming back to our main screen, the other changes that we've made is you will notice that this layout of the tab system applies to all areas of Didgigo now. So when we come into our prices and terms section, you'll now notice that this will be price, terms and conditions, and our inclusions and exclusions have now been put in this section as well. The system that you're currently used to will show prices and terms in this format. So again, it will soon change to this format, nice and easy. Inclusions and exclusions you will now find in prices and terms. Previously, in the system you're used to now, you would have found that on the Details tab under More Details. So again, that has now moved to prices and terms, inclusions, exclusions. Trip preferences have also changed into a Details tab format. So you'll start to see things flow a little bit throughout Didgigo. The other thing you would have noticed already is in the client documents section, we're actually recording the template name. So for any new templates that you're starting to generate, you will notice that the template name, whether it be quote, confirmed, travel docs, whatever we've named your template as, will now store here. This is an easier way for you to access previously downloaded PDFs. That is most of the changes that we've made. As you'll notice, it's nothing too hard, but we do hope that it does make your life a lot easier when editing entries. You'll also notice the Back to Proposal button is now lit up. And you've got the option to come in here. A couple of quick tricks while we're at it. Most of these changes have already gone live, but just to help anyone that's wanting to learn. Obviously, our system is sorted into icons here: transport, tours, accommodation, and of course, we generally have a destination in there as well. You have the confirmed tool. This is complete agent preference. If you'd like to confirm your entry, you can do so by clicking these buttons. This doesn't usually affect your documentation in any way, shape, or form. It's purely an agent tool. You'll notice these blue and grey buttons that appear here. If you notice it is blue, it means that you have access to edit this product. So if you click this blue button, it will actually bring you into Didgigo Product Management. This is where we usually add in your images, descriptions, etc. to create those products for you. If you notice that it's grey, it means that it is supplier owned and you do not have access to manage that product. Anything blue, however, is owned by your proposal company and you have full access to that product. The green pencil icon is our quick edit guide. So you've got the option to open those into a new tab or again click on them and remain on the same tab. And of course, pretty self-explanatory, this one is to delete the service line. Along with deleting, you've got a few other options. You can bulk delete by ticking these boxes on the left-hand side and clicking the red rubbish bin up the top. You also have the option here to bulk select and bulk confirm or unselect those entries as well. Sorry, this is your confirmed one, I beg your pardon. What you'll also notice is you can manually change the sequence numbers here. So if you were to come in here and change the orders of all of these, you can simply change the sequence numbers on this page and click the blue bulk update sequence button. There we go. For anyone that has self-drive templates, again, you're more than welcome to select those self-drive options and come in here and classify those as self-drive. And again, you've also got the option to add in a quick entry up here by typing in the product nice and easy and adding in the entry. Once an entry has been added, again, you've got your quick edit options. Again, entering in those dates and times, entry descriptions, etc. Or if you'd like to edit the entry in full, you can select this option or this option here, and that will take you to the new screen. Okay, we'll reduce that down. Anytime you need to do a refresh, please use the refresh button on this side. That's all for our training today. I hope you've noticed a few of your suggestions along the way, and we hope that we've created an easier system for you. Please bear in mind this will go live within 24 hours. If you do have any questions or feedback regarding our new system or our new layout, please feel free to contact us, as we're very happy to hear and receive your feedback, and we're happy to help if you have any questions or get stuck. Thanks for listening today, guys, and enjoy putting your proposals together inside of Didgigo. Have a great day.